Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Data. So today we're going to go over what's been going on in the market and a couple big news items. So the market today is $344 billion. Bitcoin's down 0.76% at $7,661. It's kind of been choppy lately, not really going one way or the other. Looking at the chart here, we can see kind of had a rising channel and rising wedge. Once it broke down from that, it hasn't been able to get back into that channel. Again, if this continues to be resistance and we do break down from here, I am expecting we are going to see new lows. But again, it's anyone's guess. A lot of people on Twitter are saying, we're going to break violently one way or the other. So the RSI right now is still a little overbought. So there may be some more downturn here in the short term. But again, anything could happen. So if you are trading this, always make sure to set your stops. And then some support levels I drew here. I drew $7,600. And then resistance is around $8,000. So those are the two levels we're going to have to be looking at. And one of my friends is his trading view chart. His name is Declan, and he drew this resistance at about 7,700. And you can see here, it's tried to get above that, but it's failed multiple times. So again, this could be the start of a downturn. So we're going to have to see if Bitcoin can hold these levels. And if not, again, we may be expecting new lows below 7,000. So just be careful and trade accordingly. Now, one of the news items that came out today, again, Jamie Dimon is back in the news, but luckily he doesn't have any of his, irrational comments that he made in the past. He's keeping them more tamed, so to speak. Basically, there was a interview with him and Warren Buffett. So it was a joint interview. And when they're asked about cryptocurrencies, he stated, "I don't want to be the Bitcoin spokesman, just beware." So that's all he said, is just beware. Of course, you already know Warren Buffett's thoughts on Bitcoin. He thinks it's rat poison squared. And yeah, so again, this is just more FUD. So last time he was spreading FUD, the price of Bitcoin jumped a month or two later. So just keep that in mind. A lot of these bankers are buying Bitcoin. JP Morgan was actually buying it overseas in the UK. And again, there's always people that try to get the cheap prices before, the rally starts. So just keep that in mind. Just something I want to bring up. Now, some big news is Coinbase is actually is on a path to list SEC regulated crypto securities. So this is huge. They stated yesterday, "Today we're excited to announce that we're on track to become a US regulated blockchain securities trading venue. We believe this is an important moment not only for Coinbase but the entire crypto ecosystem." So they had a blog here, and there was a news article that came out by Crypto Coin News. And in this article, it mentions that, they're working right now. They've acquired a broker-dealer license and an alternative trading system and a registered investment advisor license. Pending regulatory approval, will begin operating as a broker-dealer under the oversight of the SEC and Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. So again, this is some good news. The SEC chairman, Jay Clayton, actually had an interview, and I'm going to go over this too in a second. But basically in this interview, he says that cryptocurrencies designed to replace sovereign fiat currencies, Bitcoin, for instance, are not subject to securities laws, but there's been debate about whether other cryptocurrencies should be classified differently. And then, he talks about usually ICO tokens are classified as securities. So with Coinbase, working to trade securities on their platform, one, it's going to open up, a whole new flow of cash flow into the market for the millions of customers that they already have. And then as well, it's going to create that more, you could say, reputable trading, so to speak, because a lot of people feel safer trading on Coinbase. So you're going to have all that new money coming in and trading those securities. So it's going to be great for ICOs. Any coin that's registered as a security already. I know Nexo, token I've been talking about a lot, they're actually already registered as security, and so they're going to be one of the first coins to be listed on there, I think. And then, again, a lot of these other ICOs that are registering as securities and, working to get that registration approved, I think that's just going to be, more fuel to increase the prices of those coins. So this is huge. It says Coinbase is not the only major cryptocurrency firm seeking federal regulation. As CCN reported, Circle Internet Financial, one of Coinbase's most well-funded competitors, revealed that it plans to pursue SEC regulation and hopes to eventually receive a banking license as well. So again, you have, all these people trying to get into the market, try to get into the securities market, and it's just going to be great for the crypto space in general. So, I commend Coinbase on doing this and just expanding to not just trading the 4 coins that are on there right now, but expanding to these new security tokens. So that's always something good to see. Now, I mentioned the SEC chairman. So in this interview, they actually ask him a lot of good questions. They cover Ethereum and if it's classified as security. Basically what he said is, hey, we're really good at classifying securities. We're keeping that definition in place, and our team is very well versed in that subject. So he didn't give an answer if Ethereum is security or not, but it sounded like, they had a clear definition of it, and if it didn't meet that definition, it wasn't classified as security. So again, I think they already debunked that Ethereum's not a security, but it was something that they asked anyway. And then another thing they were asking is about a Bitcoin ETF. And he mentioned that, they have laws in place for ETFs for asset classes. And he already mentioned, Bitcoin wasn't a security, so it's an asset. So the fact that it could be listed as an ETF, he didn't say one way or the other, but he made it sound like that there's a due process. And once you complete that process, there's definite possibility that it could be listed as an ETF. So again, this next article here is going to cover why I think Bitcoin ETF is not that far off. So this next article talks about Fidelity and how they're quietly building a cryptocurrency exchange. So for those who don't know, Fidelity Investments, they're actually one of the biggest companies for like 401ks, retirement funds, and they basically are, a lot of people use them, for those benefits. So they have, huge customer base, a lot of investing, and a lot of money that flows into their markets. And it says, according to Business Insider, the Boston, Massachusetts-based firm has advertised internally for a DevOps system engineer, quote, to help engineer, create, and deploy a digital asset exchange to both a public and private cloud. Now, Fidelity manages over $2.4 trillion in assets, and that's huge. And for them to be even getting into this market, even 1% of that is incredible. And, for them to be able to get into that and just, tap into this market, you got to think that, a lot of their customers are going to be investing in cryptocurrencies. And it says, at present, select clients can link their Coinbase accounts to their Fidelity portfolios, enabling them to view their cryptocurrency holdings on the Fidelity platform along with other investments. And it says this new service would allow Fidelity to hold crypto assets directly. So again, they mentioned this in the past and talking about, maybe allocating 5% of Bitcoin to their investment portfolio, to their 401k, their IRAs. So again, if they're implementing this already, or they're starting to, and this is going to be huge, and I think it's going to cause, some more growth in the market. So it's definitely something that we have to look forward to, and something that I'm definitely, pretty positive about. So this is one of the reasons why I think a Bitcoin ETF is on the way, because again, Fidelity is very, very reputable. So if they're going to allow cryptocurrencies on their markets and at least managing them, then that's going to make Bitcoin even more reputable and just make it to where it's a more reputable cryptocurrency. It's not so foreign anymore, and just help with the adoption of it as an ETF and moving forward into other banks and other exchanges. So I thought this was great news. And again, they don't have a set date for this, but Circle, which recently acquired cryptocurrency exchange Poloniex, if you remember that, Goldman Sachs actually talked about that, and they're backing Circle. And it says they revealed that they will pursue registration as a broker-dealer and alternative trading system with the SEC, and may ultimately pursue a banking license. So again, you have all these companies here, and it says, if a firm as large as well-known as Fidelity launched a cryptocurrency exchange, it would undoubtedly go much further towards cementing the legitimacy of this asset class along other financial instruments. So that's really awesome. There's a lot of good news coming out. And again, don't get caught up in the movement of Bitcoin right now. Whether it goes up or down, long-term vision is still there, and there's a lot of banks getting into this. And Fidelity actually mentioned, it says here that they were started on this over a year ago. So you can imagine that a lot of big companies are already trying to get integrated into the cryptocurrency space, and they're working on this behind the scenes. So don't get caught up in the action that's happening today. So with that, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, comment if you have any questions, and please subscribe if you haven't. Till next time, thanks for watching.